Hi, welcome to another edition of our market recap. My name is Jordan Bradford and I'm here with the Tranel Financial Group providing you with some updates on what's been going on the first half of 2021. That's right, we've just finished the first 6 months of the year, so we are now into the third quarter. And I wanted to give you a little bit of an update as to what has happened here recently, where the markets are at, and just a little bit of an outlook here going forward. I think it's worth noting right away to just say we've had a great start to the year in the market. The Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ have all reached all-time highs here very recently, and it's just an incredible testament to how the economy has been performing this year. In fact, to start the year here, through 6 months, we've seen the S&P 500 post returns a little over 15.5% just to start the year, whereas the Dow and the NASDAQ are right around 14% each. So we've seen a great start. The market is definitely really recovering from the effects of the pandemic that we saw in 2020 and even at the very beginning of 2021. And a lot of that, I believe, has to do with a couple main things. One is vaccination rates. And while the U.S. Just announced that we missed the goal of 70% by 4th of July, we did hit 67%, which means that right now, 2/3 of Americans have received at least their first shot of either Pfizer or Moderna or even the Johnson & Johnson vaccine as well. So it is an incredible number, and I think that most of us would probably agree in saying that back in December and January, it would have been hard to predict that we would get to these levels by 4th of July weekend. So that's pretty awesome. And it's really improving the rate at which the economy has been growing. I think the easiest way to describe that is if you look at jobs. And we've all seen the help wanted signs all across the country. We've seen that there is definitely a bit of a reluctance for some people to get back to work, given the additional unemployment benefits that are available still. But that being said, in the month of June, the U.S. economy added 850,000 jobs, which, to give you a bit of a sense of how that compared to April and May, that is just about the exact total of new jobs added in the months of April and May combined. So we definitely have seen the economy start to tick back upwards here, which is great because we've started the summer months, and this is when the economy usually does get rolling pretty good. So these are some good things happening in the market. I think that as we look forward for the next 6 months, obviously one of the biggest issues still is this huge infrastructure bill. And so we're waiting to see what that final form of that will look like when and if it does get fully passed and signed into law, and just how that'll affect the U.S. economy, what kind of jobs that will potentially bring, and also what kind of tax changes might be a result from that. Now, these are some things that are a little further down the road, but are things to be looking forward here to through the next 6 months. But all in all, we've had a great start to the year. Again, the S&P 500 up about 15.5%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up about 14.5%, and the NASDAQ up about 14%. We're seeing just great performance all around. In fact, in the first 6 months, all 11 sectors of the S&P 500 were positive, which is pretty incredible. Energy led the way up about 45-ish%, which is really cool. And then at the bottom of that, kind of the lagger, so to speak, was utilities. So utilities tend to be a little bit more of a conservative sector than energy is. So it's not surprising that energy, a little bit more volatile, would be kind of the big winner. But all in all, again, all 11 sectors positive is incredible for the market. And it's really incredible for all of us. If you have questions about where your portfolio is at and how well you're doing compared to the market and compared to the risk that you're taking, I highly encourage you to reach out to your financial advisor. And if you don't have one, reach out to us. We'd be glad to take a look and glad to help you make great decisions about your money. You can reach us at 847-680-9050. Thanks and have a great day.